Hello, everyone. I'm Phoenix Tremaine,
And I'm Cable.
and today we want to talk about mental health. Um, it wasn't that long ago that Tai Couture, YouTuber Tai Couture, who also had his salon and also known for his relationship with Mike, um, and he committed suicide. And he talked about in previous videos where he had attempted suicide. And this time he kind of went through with it. And we don't talk enough about mental health in the black community enough. Whereas um, we just kind of slept on this one.
Hmm.
Some of those videos you can kind of see that there was a cry for help there. But um,
Wow.
if you see somebody who's depressed on a regular basis or not feeling well, you got to check on your friends.
And even if, and I won't even say depressed because depression don't have no face. People can walk around smiling in your face, laughing and carrying on, and you will never know that they are dealing with something within that they're just masking with that
Hmm.
joy that they're showing you because they don't. People don't. A lot of people depression don't like feeling pity. They don't want the
Hmm.
pity. They don't want no one to constantly ask, "No, oh, is everything okay? Are you
Hmm.
all right?" I can say that because I am. I have. I've suffered from depression. I still do. I have my moments, and it's hard for me to talk about that because, again, like I said, I don't want the, oh my God, are you okay? I don't want that, and
Hmm.
I'm getting a little emotional right now.
Well, I think that you think that you hide it well,
Yes,
but when people really know you,
but they know you.
you know, I mean, I've told you
They
before.
say that you acting different.
I could tell that you're feeling a little down, and that's when you kind of pull things out of people to try to at least get them to talk. And if you can't get them to talk, go to a movie, find a favorite show together, favorite music together. You got to show people that um, you're experiencing a moment in a lifetime of moments, and you want to try and turn around some of those negative moments
Mm,
and to put like a positive spin on it. You can't stop somebody if they're determined to do it; they're going to do it.
right.
But when you see signs of depression, when you see signs of a person going into that negative zone, that's when, if you can, help pull them out. And if you aren't equipped to do that, maybe convince them to get some help.
And one thing I do want to say is to the friends and family out there is one, it's not your fault. Don't blame
Mm-hmm.
yourself because we as humans tend to. I lost a friend of mine. I'm gonna say his name, Tavon Hasty. I think these names should be said. He suffered from depression since a child.
Mm-hmm.
And his depression came from him not knowing who he wanted to be sexually, him battling that, and I think at a point he knew he was gay, but then he had to battle with his family and how the church would perceive him as that.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to kill himself on numerous occasions. And as a child, I didn't know how to help him because I'm
Right.
a child myself. As adults, we should be more aware as
Mm-hmm.
parents and as adults of what's going
And
on
friends.
and friends and the people that we claim that we love lives, not every time we go and get it. And that's why I said
Mm-hmm.
don't blame yourself because if a person's going to hide it, they're going to hide it very well. I'm a person I hide it, but to a point because I'm not. I used to be suicidal, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really. It's levels to suicide. You got people that actually want to do it, and you got people that it's a cry
Contemplated.
for help. Mine
Right.
is more a cry for help because I love life. I want to live life, but I got tired of living it alone. I felt alone
Mm-hmm.
all the time. I felt unloved. I didn't feel like I was wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and in those moments where I wanted to do it, I battled looking in the mirror at myself like, why are you going to do this? Why are you doing it as my hand is holding pills? And then I just take it, and then I'm taking it in my head like maybe if I pass out, people will get it. Um,
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. Sometimes when people don't feel like they've been heard, that they sort of feel like if I do this, they will finally understand what I've been trying to tell them. They'll take me seriously if I'm gone.
Right.
And sometimes it's over relationship. And you're like, I'll show them how much I really loved him. I loved him to death, and I'll kill myself. And because he's with that woman, or he's with that guy, and they're still going to be with them, whether you're here or not. And it didn't prove anything, so if you're in a relationship, it doesn't work out, that person ends up with someone else, guess what? There's like another million people for you to choose from to try again. If you have a string of bad relationships, you may want to think about the type of people that you're attracted
And
to or
then
you're bringing into your life.
and then with a person, but in their minds, they don't look at it like that. That's so easy and said and done. You
Mm-hmm.
look at the many times you have tried and many times you hurt, and
Mm-hmm.
then you think to yourself, I don't want to go through this again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like I'm never going to be loved the way that I feel as though I deserve to be loved. And that stems from not being loved by people who's supposed to love you, like family or
Mm-hmm.
friends. When they don't love you that way, then you get someone that comes to your life that's supposed to be your life partner in your
Mm-hmm.
head. Then they treat you the way they treated you, how you view it. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we view things with depression, it overshadows what they like. I used to think my mom was so unfair to me because I was depression overshadowed what her real goal was. And as I grew older, I realized my mom loved me. She wanted the best. She was just hard on me. She was just doing it the best way she
Mm-hmm.
can. But when you depressed, you don't see those positive outlooks.
Mm-hmm.
You see nothing
But the
but
negative.
the negative. You see nothing but
But
dark
here's the
shadows
thing.
and
You have to live life to get to the point where you can step back and understand the bigger picture.
true.
But you can't understand when you give up. You don't even find a relationship. You don't fail till you stop trying. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes before you can put yourself out in a relationship with someone else, you got to fix you. You got to
True.
be comfortable and happy with you. And so that you're not coming to a person as a broken
I'm
person.
glad you said that. Can we stay right there?
Mm-hmm.
The fix you part. The problem with depression for me
Mm.
is I don't think I need to be fixed. I feel like with me, when I look at me, I'm like, why? Because I'm a good guy. I think I'm a catch. I'm very considerate of one's feelings. When I love hard. I am sincere in everything I
Mm-hmm.
do. I'm loyal.
Mm-hmm.
So I work hard. I have a lot of talents. I don't think I don't think I need to be fixed. So when I find that
Can I
person,
interrupt?
you can.
Because you're missing an element of this. Sometimes before you can be with someone else, you have to be able to be comfortable by yourself. And so that, when I say you come as a whole person, is that if it's going to take some time for you to get with someone who appreciates you, in the meantime, you may be focused on your career. In the meantime, you may be focused on building some with friends. You know, the partner will eventually come.
True,
But
I
but
do
what I'm
that.
saying is rather than because the depression will come and go, but if you fill your life up with more than just the relationship or the searching, then you have other things to look forward to in life. And when that relationship comes, that's it's the icing on the cake.
But there's
It's not the
levels
whole
to it.
cake.
Like I get that. When I leave out my door and I go out to the world and I work, I go out hang out with friends. I'm laughing, having a good time, enjoying my life. You
Hmm.
would never know that I suffer with depression. But then when you get home and you open that door and you walk in and you realize I'm alone again,
But can you
that 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 is bothersome because it's like after all that
can I make a
and what the
suggestion?
struggle.
Can I
Wait,
make a
wait, wait, wait,
suggestion?
though. Wait,
Because
wait.
other than just a problem, a solution.
No,
There,
but what I'm
listen,
saying,
listen. Let me tell you. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. This may help you. This may not help you. Here's the thing. I've been depressed too, and I've dealt with depression issues too. And one of the things I had to do, especially when I was younger in my 20s, living alone in my apartment for my first time, I end up having sleep friends. I'm not even talking about sex. But, I was lonely. There were other people I knew that were lonely. And we actually just slept in a bed together, maybe held each other. And in the morning, went our separate ways.
But see, that's why I keep telling people, well, people, depression, like I said, has no face, no
Mm-hmm.
name, no nothing. Everyone deals with it differently.
Yeah.
I'm glad you was able, but then you got people like me that also still that prideful part of me where I don't want no one to know that I'm dealing with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to call no one to come
But
over.
also, I want to give some solutions to people watching of some things that I've done to overcome different
Oh,
types of
I get you.
depression.
Okay.
So I know that there's people that try to hide and put on that mask.
I don't have no solution for you because
Mm-hmm.
I still battle with it today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I have depression. My depression comes and goes, and sometimes it hits me hard. And sometimes, it has me down. I've used it in my job. Not now, but in my old job, I used to take mental health days. Like I didn't have a cold, I didn't have anything. I was just depressed. And I needed one day to just maybe sleep all day or just a day to myself to sort of reset and reboot
mhm.
so that when I go back and battle in the world again the next day, that I'm now, instead of always pounding all of this mental issues on and this stress and this frustration, I had a day where I could just breathe. So I would call the job, say I'm sick, not feeling well today, bam, bam, boom, and I would have sick days. So I would take a sick day, and I would feel better. But there's lots of ways to deal with depression, and sometimes you just got to work your way through it. And
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 mine's is friends, family,
mhm.
and just trying to have a good time, laughing as much as I can. Even with music, helps me soothe past that. Um, you- I sometimes I feel like sometimes when I do the friends, I feel like I am relying on too much, or
Mhm.
and that's depression because you're not. And I guess that's my message with that. You're really not. Do it as much as you can. If that's what you need to do is talk to a
Mhm.
friend. You may seem like you may be overdoing it. Oh, I'm probably talking their head off. I don't care. Still do it because you're getting those feelings out there versus what I used to do is shut myself in a dark in
Mhm.
my bedroom. Not even a dark room,
Mhm.
just my bedroom. Would never come out for a whole day. My aunt noticed it when in Texas. I would never come out. She'd be like, "Herschel, you okay?" And I'd be
Mhm.
like, "I'm fine," but I'm really not.
Mhm.
It's so quick to say I'm fine, but that
Mhm.
one person that keep bugging you eventually is going to come out. So I guess the message here is I'm saddened by him committing suicide. The message is suicide don't have a look, it don't have a name. I've seen comments on Facebook where people be like, "Damn, he was too fine. What happened? Damn, he had a successful." That stuff does not matter. That stuff that he did to try to overcome it. Let me work out. Maybe if I work out, do this, and it may help for a while. It does help. It's almost like a cover up, but
Mhm.
you're not really dealing with what is really making you depressed. It's like a cover up.
Which is why in the black community we need to do what other communities do and reach out for help. Sometimes your mother can't help you, your pastor can't help you, your friends can't help you. Sometimes you need to just see a therapist. You can get them for free. If you call the suicide hotline, if you actually just look for a therapist, there's lots of pro bono therapists out there. I've done it before, or really cheap costs for therapists. And sometimes you really need that person who's not connected in your life to really let you get it out, give you different solutions as far as like, okay, why don't you try this? Why don't you go home and try that? Maybe get a hobby. What different things that they may tell you to do or may try to help you look at life in a different way. There's so many services for free out there that will steer you in the right direction and get you the help that you need. But my whole thing is if you're a person who hides all of your pain, you know, you need to go to a therapist because, you know, you're sheltering yourself away from the world, and so because you're not allowing them to let you in, but you need help. You need help, then you seek out that next level of professional therapy. I had a client today who after his session said, "I'm on my way to my therapist." You know, and the black guy, he's on his way to talk to his therapist. So, so my thing is, if you don't reach out to the people around you for help, then you need to seek it out on your own. If you do have a support system where don't your sometimes if you feel like your anxiety, your pain, the different things you're going through is too much, you may want to sprinkle it out. So you may want to discuss these things with your mother. You may want to discuss these things with your best friends. You may want to split the friends up. And this person, you'll talk to this person about that, and you'll talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to feel like you want to put everything on one person, and then
Yeah, because sometimes you can feel like, because eventually, like I have, you feel like you're overwhelming that person, and now you're scaring them off, and then your mind will start playing tricks with you, like, every time you call this person, they probably in the back room rolling their eyes, like, oh, here we go, another problem.
mm-hmm,
Don't allow those things to sidetrack you from that. Don't believe in those things, because those are the thoughts that, trust me, I know, because I go through those thoughts with our host. I feel like I burden Zay a lot with
mm-hmm,
a lot of my stuff. I feel like
mm-hmm,
sometimes he be like, "Oh Lord, here we go. Harris about to be depressed," and so I'm trying to reach out to more people now.
mm-hmm,
Like I said, mine's not to the point where I want to commit suicide,
mm-hmm,
but I'm, it's not a great place to be in. You feel drowsy, like I just took some type of narcotic that's weakening my
mm-hmm.
body. My mind is just racing with so many different thoughts that sometimes it happens unexpectedly. It's not like I purposely want to be depressed, and that's what a lot of
Sometimes you can
people.
be in a really great mood, and then one thing can
It
happen,
snaps. I just put it
and
on Facebook. I said it's amazing how you can have such a great day that all of a sudden, bam,
mm-hmm,
it just catches you off guard, and I feel like I'm stuck in this paralyzed state,
mm-hmm,
and I literally had to force myself. It's almost like you're in a coma trying to come out to try
mm-hmm,
to defeat it by yourself, and
mm-hmm. I always say that it feels like I'm drowning, and I'm
yeah.
trying to swim up to the surface. And sometimes you sink deeper and deeper, and you're reaching up, hoping that somebody will grab you and help pull you out. And then sometimes you're able to pull yourself up and get that breath of air,
Hmm.
and
But when you pull yourself up to get that breath of air, now what you're looking for is a lifesaver, a boat to come and pull you all the
well,
way out.
for me, once I get that breath of air, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. But when I say that, meaning because you're just sitting there, now you're afloat, you got that air. Now what you gonna do now? What's gonna happen now? And then sometimes you got the people that will
Well,
sink back
well,
down.
let me backtrack a little bit. Normally, when I feel like I've overcome the depression and I've really got the air and I can breathe, it's usually if I was able to take some of my problems, some of my stress, and have other people come in and help me take some of the stress off of me.
Hmm.
Like a lot of work that I got to get done. I'm self-employed, so a lot of it comes down on me, and a lot of people depend on me. You have no idea how many people depend on me,
A lot.
but there's a lot of people depend on me getting things done, even the editing, everything.
Yes.
So sometimes I get overwhelmed, I get anxiety. I even, sometimes I can be having a good day, look in the comment section, and I can have 20 people say, "Phoenix, we love you." There's one person says something just off the wall negative, and then I've got to stop myself from focusing on this negative comment. I may have to read I may have to read 20 more positive comments
Mm.
just to shake off that negative one because, you're always trying to please everyone. You're always trying to have a good show. You're trying to always have good information out there. And, when people, say negative things,
Hmm.
it comes back down on you. And I've actually learned that even when I'm doing reviews, I try not to be so negative because it's easy to be negative. But I mean, if you release a song or movie that's trash, it's trash. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, it was trash and the actor was trash, and then go into a deep analysis about how horrible
Mm.
this was. Look, I didn't like it for these reasons. I recommend this movie instead.
Leave it alone.
Right.
Some people do too much, and there is power in the tongue,
Hmm.
and it's
And you can
power in
bring other
typing.
people into your negativity. and I called it negativity virus. And I don't want to create a negativity virus that causes thousands of people on the internet to now be
Yeah,
hating
because we got a
or
lot of followers and not leaders, and they will the first. And you always said it, and I never understood it, but he always said, "I delete the negative comments because once you get that one, people gonna read it and they're gonna start to follow suit." And it's the truth. A lot of them don't even feel that way towards the artist or the person, but because that one person said, and then you see a bunch of people.
cosign.
Now I see it all of a sudden. No, you don't see nothing.
Some people, I know people that were happy with the movie until they saw a reviewer who wasn't, and they start second guessing themselves. Like,
Yeah,
but you liked the movie, so. But
it
now
don't make
because
sense.
somebody else didn't like the movie, you now feel like you shouldn't have liked it. So
So what ending
so
statement we want to give? Only thing I want to say is to the friends, just be observant. Learn your friends, know your friends. If you truly love them, then you're going to recognize the differences and how they act. That's family too. And if you even have a hint, you could be off. You could think you off. Don't matter. If you feel it, call them. There's nothing wrong with letting someone know that you love them, that you care. It don't take much. Nothing has to happen. It's its own reward at the end. When I think about my other friends, he had a lot of friends. He could have called us. He could have said something. We could have reached out more and said something. Not put. And again, that goes to not putting it on you because some people are really good at masking it. Only thing you
right.
can do is reach out as much as you can to offer that hand, to offer that ear, to offer that shoulder for them to
And
cry
plus, if
on.
you're living your life and doing your thing, and then someone makes a horrible decision, you can't be mad for
No,
living your life.
no, you can't.
Because they made a bad choice. Because suicide is never the right choice.
Right.
So I really believe that the way I would end this video is seeking help, whether it's friends, family, or outside help, such as the hotline.
I was about to say, I wish we looked it up so we can get the number.
Oh, it's
You
going to be
can
on the
put it on
screen.
there.
It's going to be on the screen.
The suicide hotline.
But here's the other thing. A lot of times we'll watch these videos where I was just the other day saying, how bad I felt. And then I looked on, it was actually LinkedIn. I'm a friend of a lot of positive people. And then they showed this person who was, paraplegic, doing pull-ups and whatnot. And I was like, look what he's overcome. And here I
do
am.
the same thing.
Here I am by my little problems. They make your problems feel real small. You see somebody who don't have no arms, and they're driving.
And you look like,
like,
I'm going through this, and this person is going through that. And
because I have these advantages, and look at this person with all these disadvantages, and and sometimes they're so happy at living life.
And I will also keep in mind, it's still not fair to do that to yourself because everyone's problems, their problems, is going to be differently. How you
But I'm just saying, when you see how much other people have overcome,
encouragement.
It does make your problems feel small, and if your problems feel smaller, then
that's actually a good thing. That means they're not as big as, and you can overcome it.
It may give you more of the feeling that I can overcome. If they can overcome that, I can overcome this. Let me wake up. Okay, look, let me shake this off.
So that last statement I made, let me scratch that, and see, I like this because I'm being human. Scratch that because that was a great point. So no, when you do have that feeling that damn this is small, run with that because that's that glimmer of light that's now shining through. Like all that you went through for these last couple of weeks, thinking this was big, is really small because now you have this boost of encouragement. Someone just showed you something that encouraged your soul. I apologize. Run with that, and that's what I'm going to. I'm going to apply that to myself now. Run with that because it's really not. Your mind can play tricks on you. Your emotions can persuade you to feel something differently. But once you get that glimmer of hope, that glimmer can turn into something much bigger if you allow it to.
It could be inspiration.
Exactly, inspiration.
And one more thing.
Go ahead.
There's when you don't have to even just look at a video of people overcoming odds. Sometimes you can come outside of yourself and do some volunteering. Like I volunteered for the Urban League before. Or you can volunteer for a soup kitchen.
I've done that. It made me feel great.
It makes you feel great, and also it reminds you of things other people are trying to overcome, like homelessness, drug addictions, different things like that.
Makes you feel like you're not alone. And,
It may
when I say that, meaning it makes you feel like you're not the only one struggling. It may
right,
not be the same thing, but you're not alone.
right.
And you got people that are really prospering through that. A friend of mine's, he was homeless. I never knew it. And I would
Mm,
never say his name, but he was homeless. No one
mm-hmm,
knew it. He battled with this. He moved to New York, fixed
mm,
his life, came back. Now he's a teacher. Now he's flourishing in his life. And he could
mm,
have killed himself. He was there. He was there
mm-hmm,
mentally, but he kept going strong, and that right there, that's encouraged, that's inspiration for me to say, you know what I'm going through is not worth me taking my life,
mm-hmm,
and I'm really saddened by this young man because he had a wonderful career.
mm-hmm,
He was a great figure for the black community,
mm-hmm.
and for him to take his life, I don't know why. I'm just sad that he did it, and I just want to encourage everyone. If you ever get to that place, there's a hotline. Call a friend. Call a family member. Hell, if it's a stranger, go to a counselor. Hell, if you see someone at your job and you
Right.
just talk and get it out there
Mm-hmm.
because holding it in is going to do nothing but lead you to a darker and darker place where you just might consider taking your life.
And I want to stress again, helping other people, like coming outside of yourself, helping other people, can be an amazing
Hmm.
feeling. I used to be a firefighter too, and a paramedic. And when you help other people, it doesn't just make you feel good about yourself. You're putting good back into the world. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And all of your problems, all of your stress, there's something about giving a part of yourself to someone that helps them make their day better, make them feel better. That in those horrible situations,
Hmm.
that makes you feel good about life, and that your purpose can be more than just fulfilling your problems. Yeah, I
So,
mean, it can be about solving your problems.
mhm.
Your purpose can be a little bigger or a lot bigger by, just even helping donating clothes. It's getting cold now as of the making of this video. There's a lot of people that can bring together and get coat
Hmm.
donations and, give them out to people. So there's a lot of things you can do good in the world that, you see other people doing all the time, but it don't hurt to join in.
And then also what it don't hurt to do, and this gonna be my last statement on it.
Right.
Is what you can do to help yourself is places where mirrors, where you mirror in your bedroom or a mirror in your
Mm-hmm.
bathroom when you looking at yourself, brush your teeth and stuff. Put little. Someone told me to do this and I never done it, and I think I'm going to start doing it now. Is buy a sticky pad and write words of encouragement and
Mm-hmm.
stick them on your window until you're able to really take it in where you don't need no more. Like you are strong. You are somebody. You're gonna do it. This gonna be a good day. Write
Mm-hmm.
some scriptures up there of encouragement on
Mm-hmm.
these sticky pads. So when you wake up, that's the first thing you see, and it will bring you such joy in the morning, and
Mm-hmm.
it will help you along your day, and stuff like that. So
I've done that
that's
before.
my advice to
I've
you.
done that before.
Oh, you have, so it
Hmm.
works.
I've done it before.
See, it works.
And you also can do mantras. I'm a good person. I'll find love.
Hmm.
I'm giving love into the world. Today's gonna be a good day. And
Right.
you chant it like 10 times as you go to work, as
Hmm.
you're going throughout your day, and you just create a mantra that applies to you about how successful
Play some
you're gonna be.
positive music instead of the. It's so
Hmm.
many things you can do. We can
There are
put on the
things. There are
list.
times where I can't watch a horror movie just because I'm like, look,
Right.
life is crazy enough. Some other time, let me put this
Right.
away.
Right.
And then I'll listen to, like, a lot of people listen to rap music or different rock music, whatever you're listening to, that may have like this hard edge. Like sometimes I'm sitting there listening to pop music, this light bubbly stuff, because it affects your mood.
Hmm.
It affects how you feel. And when
Hmm.
you're listening to music that's depressing, or all these bad
Which I
things,
did, and
you
it's not
know,
good.
it
It's
brings
not helping.
it makes you think of it feels cathartic, but it makes you stuck in that
It
vibe.
does.
You know what I mean? But when you listen to music that's good and powerful,
Hmm.
it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like everything in the world's gonna be right. That's why we have pop music. So
Not
music
just,
helps.
and there's a lot of. I have a playlist of I have a playlist. It's called Encouragement. It's
Mm.
nothing but encouraging songs. So when I'm feeling that way, I play it, and there's so many songs on there that speaking life and words of encouragement. And it's not just gospel. It's a mixture of R&B, pop,
Mm.
rock. It's a lot of songs out there that are encouraging. That a lot of people would look at and be like, ugh, why you listen to that? But I need that. You know, besides me going to my room listening to the saddest songs by Linkin Park and Evanescence,
Right.
you know, that makes me stuck in that bubble of depression.
Let me tell you, one of the songs out there, I'm gonna recommend one for you. Start your playlist off. Kelly Rowland. Look it up on YouTube.
Wait a minute, what's the name of the song?
Shake it off.
Oh, okay. I like
You
Kelly.
know
I never heard
that
that.
that is a song where you feel like you feel good about going through your day. It's about shake them haters off is the name of the song.
Mm.
And you just shake them haters off. And I remember that song, Kelly Rowland, if you ever say this, helped me tremendously because I felt like I had so many haters, there was so much going on. And then I woke up every morning, listening to the song sometime throughout the day, and that song helped me.
Oh my God, can I get my 3 songs? I just have 3. I'm not going.
Go ahead.
So my 3 songs of encouragement that I listen to when I'm down is always my go-to. 2 of them by Christina Aguilera, and it's on her Stripped album. One is called Soar. I listen to that song a lot. And the second one is Keep Singing My Song. And that's the very last song on the album. And the third song, I just had it and it left. So I'm going to stick to those 2.
Well,
Mariah Carey, Can't Take That Away. Those 3 songs get me through when I'm feeling down. I play Soar and Keep Singing My Song instantly, and Mariah Carey just takes it away, and I feel so great. And of course, gospel always helps me, but those are my 3 go-to songs to
I'll
help
give
me.
you 2. Vanessa Williams' Happiness is the second song. My biggest breakup, my worst heartache, I wore that song out. Vanessa Williams' Happiness. I can't even listen to it no more because I took all my negative emotions and I put it in that song and I put it away. But we're just giving you, there's so many different
there's
ways
so many different
to work
ways.
your way through your depression, work your way through your feelings of suicide. And honestly, once you come out on the other side, you can't believe you even thought those thoughts.
Right.
Because you missed so much out of life, so much happiness, so much love, new friends, new partners. Might not even be the one. The first one might not even be the one. You might get the one that just blow your back out and make you feel good about yourself.
Live that spontaneous
You know what
life.
I mean? Or you might be the one blowing somebody's back out.
And there's nothing
And
wrong with being...
it's just the hole is just the right amount of tightness.
you really getting into it. It's nothing wrong with being spontaneous. Everything don't need to be scheduled either. Sometimes it's good
Right.
to just live life in a spontaneous... You will not believe how refreshing it is just to just do things that's not scheduled. It feels great to me.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. So when people say, you need to be calendared and scheduled, no. This be spontaneous, carefree, and do something without thinking, and I guarantee you I've done it. I've done it because I used to be suicidal, and I'm way past that. And these are steps I've taken, and they work. Just live life and be carefree. Invite people in. Don't be so closed off. Life is a learning lesson every day for everyone. Even the greatest people still learning themselves every day. So, just love, laughter, joy, laugh when you feel like crying, joy, surround yourself around positive people and positive energy, and you will get through it. I'm a testament to that. That's why I'm still here. Trust me, I tried, and I'm still here. And it took all those things to work together to get me to stay strong at 38, and I'm proud of myself for that.
And remember, if you ever feel like depressed again, Cable, play this video. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everyone.